title here today. This is the last frame of the session. Stevens breaking off, trailing 4-2.
Of course, the only question will be, what will the advantage be for Neil? 1 frame or 3? Well, got the nudge on the yellow. It's just come beyond the blue, the brown, I should say. And I think Matthew might be tempted with this one to the right corner. I don't know if he's got the angle to run through for the black. He might be able to stun over for it. And I think he's looking at the left on one of the two. Oh, downward striking, so that suggests that he's stunning over. Or back for the blue, possibly. Unlucky. Hang on, I say unlucky. Well, if you're going to get the rub in, and the rub I should say, you always want it at the end of the match and not at the beginning. And it'd be nice to have it at the end of this session. And if this goes 4-3, you've got to think about how Neil Robertson will be thinking going into this evening's session, because he knows he's let this slip a little bit.
Yeah, he's been by far the better player, hasn't he? If you'd have watched the breaks he was making, you'd think, well, he's going to be miles ahead going to the last session. Maybe not. It's up to this man.
Set.
Into the pack, hopefully hold on that red he's looking at now. Well, he could screw back off them and play the red into the same corner he's taking the black into. Well, he's got some stuff on that. Well, that's unlucky, unless he's got one there just above, or just below the pink spot, I should say, just above
14.
the pack. Looks okay. Yes, there's one there. That's a bonus. Well, like we said earlier on, 3-0. It wasn't looking good for the Welshman, but 4-3. He will fancy his chances in the second session.
Had some tough matches as well, some tough opponents here, as Matthew Stevens didn't have to qualify because of the withdrawals. He was put into the seeded round, one of the top 16 seeds. Started off with a 5-0 win over Stuart Bingham. Held off Ryan Day 5-4. Beat Dominic Dale 5-2, and then Stephen Hendry yesterday 6-4.
30.
Doesn't look like he's... Well, he may be able to see the red to the middle. Just went slightly awkward in terms of queuing for this red to the corner. Well, it looks like he's okay. Well, he's not so sure now.
Yeah, I think there's enough room there. I think it's concerned, Dave. Obviously, he doesn't want to cannon into the pink, does he? If he can just slide by the pink for the blue. Yeah, plenty of room for the pot. I'd have to go down for one of the bought colours.
31.
Yes, what a great chance, though, to take the last frame of this session. and only finished 1 frame behind.
$35. 36. 41. 42. 49. 50.
So second half century of the match for Matthew Stevens. He made a 50 in the last frame, and then he missed black off its spot, albeit he did later win the frame.
Won't be too happy with that one. As Neil looks on, he'll be thinking, well, I think I've let this first session slip a little bit. He might get another chance, but because Matthew didn't play that too well. Well, there's one to the right corner. I think there's one to the middle or the yellow pocket. Not perfect position though. You wanted the cue ball to be about another 9 inches to the right of where it is now. Well, he's thinking, will I get another chance? At 3-0, he looked really good. He was hot. But he's cooled a little in the second part of this session. Well, again, this is not perfect. He's looking at the angle to the middle. He's looked at the angle to the corner. I think he's going to play it to the middle, stun over for the blue. Well played.
8.
Well, blue to the middle, possibly top and side cushions for the next red. I don't think this bottom one of the 4 goes to this right corner, actually. Might play on the left-hand rod here. He's played a stun. That's a great shot. Stun into the pink, leave himself this red.
63.
Well, again, if Matthew were to come out here 4-3 behind, he'll feel it's like 5-2 to him.
64.
Well, that bottom red there, the 3, looks like it will go.
So a snooker required by Neil Robertson. 70
70.
behind, 67 on. And another red for added insurance. It should be 4-3 going into the final session. Set up nicely.
Absolutely.
Well, he hasn't potted it, so
Matthew
of course
Stevens,
Robertson will
70.
play on. Could have done with potting that. Matthew Stevens, it would have been 3 snookers as opposed to 1.
Yes, he doesn't like playing with the rest, does he? It's a known fact. Well, red to the green pocket then, just done over for the black. Looks pretty good. Not quite. Well, he's just trying to make that red awkward, in as much that if Neil got the chance to try and clear in one visit, still that one snooker required then. Of course he... Ooh, has he hit that?
It's close, isn't it?
Foul.
It's a shake of the head from the referee.
Stevens.
Well,
It's a foul shot.
amazing. So now he's 2 snookers.
Well, I would let make Neil play again here. He was bound to leave a pot on with that shot. Don't understand why he didn't let Neil play that shot. It won't matter now if this one goes in. No, not there. He's not there yet. You've got to give credit to Matthew Stevens, though, after the battering he got early on in the session. He's just quietly gone about his business, and again, you know, he will be coming out of this session with a result.
Yeah, the key frame was the 4th, no doubt about it. He'd been outplayed, was Matthew Stevens, but Neil Robertson played a bad shot to get on the last red, missed it. Stevens cleared up. And Robertson is playing on here for 2 snookers.
Yeah, took a risk there, but I think it's all over now in this one.
But it looks like it's going to be 4-3 if Stevens can drop this red in.
I think he'll look at Matthew and just say that's enough as well. Will he offer the hand for this session?
1 on the frame.
He has
Matthew
indeed. A
Stevens.
very interesting session
night.
of snooker
Super
it's
night.
been as well. Neil Robertson was on top early on. Breaks of 129, 117, 96, 68 and 75 gave him a 4-1 lead. Credit though to Matthew Stevens. He's won the last 2 frames of the session, so he trails by 4 frames to 3. So they'll be back at 5 o'clock, as will we, and it's first to 9 frames who wins. Very hard to pick a winner though, because Robertson, as we know, was in control. There's confirmation of the time. We'll be back 5 o'clock. Every ball live here on British Eurosport when we return. But as I say, Robertson was in control, and he's just let it slip, and I think he'll reflect between sessions that he just let it slip, didn't completely impose himself on the session and allow Matthew Stevens to come back into it. And although Matthew Stevens has not played his best snooker yet, there's plenty of time now because he's in contention, trailing just 4 frames to 3. Quick word, Mike, how do you see it now?
Well, you've got to fancy Matthew Stevens now with the experience that he's got. He's hung in there and he's given himself every chance. But you know, you never know. Neil might be anyway. Neil might come out all fighting that early on.
Well, we'll be back at 5 o'clock to find out who wins. Thanks for your company. Goodbye.